First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for Up Next, postwrestling.com, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, and of course live.
Twitch.tv/upNXT podcast. Hello, Twitch Room.
Hello, Twitch Room. Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It is.
You know what we do on a Tuesday.
It's Up Next.
We go up on a Tuesday.
We go up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, we're your NXT friends.
Friends.
And we might be the only people that care about NXT
Hey,
lately.
stop that.
Right?
Stop that.
Yeah, right?
Stop that.
Champion gets pinned by Jeff Hardy, then we tape 2 weeks. No, I'm joking. I won't be a negative Nancy. I'm going to put 1 foot forward and look at the bright side of NXT.
Good, you should.
But it doesn't look like a lot of other people. I feel
Well,
like it's
fuck other people. Fuck other people.
It looks like it's like the message is developmental, not the third brand. Development.
It definitely seems that way with Charlotte coming out recently and them taking, like, not recognizing those NXT title reigns as a women's championship. It feels like it's back to being like non-canon. Kind of like 2013 NXT that we're watching.
Yeah, on the Was Next, yeah. Well, it's okay. We'll still be here until if NXT is ever canceled. We'll be here till the end. And it won't ever happen. We'll be here because birthday boy Triple H will never let this ship sink.
Oh, is it his birthday?
Yeah, happy birthday, Triple H.
Happy birthday, Triple H.
Day off from me.
Wow, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So we turn the same age.
Did you?
I feel like that.
You feel old now you're 30?
Once you turn 30, you wake up with a bad back, and you go, what is this?
Yeah.
And then you have, like... luckily, I drink White Claws. They don't give you the hangovers too much. But if you drink other things, game over immediately. You need like half a day plus to recover, I've been told.
Yeah.
What else do I need to know? You've been 30 for, like, a few years now.
A couple of years.
Yeah, so what do I need to know? What are the tips?
Being 30?
Yeah, what do I need to know?
Balance.
Balance?
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Right? Balance like tequila?
Yeah. Yeah, you can balance tequila. We balanced our tequila pretty well on Saturday.
We did. Because you got me a bottle of the Rocks tequila.
What do you think?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I don't remember the name. I can't read the bottle.
Terramana.
Terramana? Terramana, the Rocks tequila. I'm not a tequila person, but it's quite nice. I like the fancy stuff. Like the other stuff. Not Patreon. That's what we...
Patron?
Patron. Like, they make some good stuff.
Patrons. I used to like the coffee Patron, but then
Yeah.
I kind of went off it. But
Yeah. We had quite a fun weekend. Drinking tequila. I wanted to have a party, like outside for my birthday, but the weather was not super cooperative.
So we went to Shoeless Joe's.
We did. We couldn't really have people over. It's still that weird thing where it's like, I want to invite everyone we want to have a house party at this new place that we got, and we can't even do that. So for my birthday, I wanted everyone to come by the fake beach near our house, but it started to rain. So only the elite friends were invited inside, not the motorcycles outside our house.
Boy.
But the elite friends were invited, and we had maybe 5 people over and just kind of chilled and patio hopped and stuff. But it was a cool night. But that's when we had the tequila shots.
We had the tequila. Yeah, we went to Shoeless Joe's and had an interesting waitress who basically
it was an interesting
after
night.
about 10 minutes, 15 minutes waiting to be served, she came over to tell us that she's planning on walking out tonight because all these other people walked out. We're like, oh, okay.
Everything's open.
Can we just have the sangria, please, and nachos? Yeah.
No, it was fun. And then the next day, I
saw some live entertainment as well, which was great.
Yeah,
that's been a while.
I've been on a tear. Like, I went camping. I went to that music festival. I had so much fun. And then my actual birthday this week, I went to the Toronto Island the other day. Perfect day. I've just been chill. I saw Space Jam.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How was it? Was it as terrible as people say?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like the first one you all watch with the glasses from your youth. Like it's all about the nostalgia. So this one, they act like the other one never even happened. So
Right.
it's like, what?
Is it the same story? Just with
Yes,
LeBron?
no, kind of not. It's just like I think I could have came up with a better story
Right.
than this one. But smoke a bunch of weed before you go watch it, and it's great. It's very colorful, and the graphics and stuff are amazing. But LeBron, I'm not much of a ball guy, but LeBron is not a good actor.
No?
like significantly worse than Michael Jordan in the
Right.
first one.
Oh dear.
It's like.
Because he's done a few things.
Yeah,
hasn't
he was funny on SNL. Actually, he's in one of the best SNL sketches.
He's on. I think he was in Curb, wasn't he?
He's been in a bunch.
He was in that.
Yeah.
Was it Trainwreck? Was he in that?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, with
he was
John
Bill
Cena.
Hader's mate.
But John Cena stole that
Yeah.
movie from him. So yeah, it wasn't it's super fun. And you know what? Like Space Jam, the first one, it's for kids because I loved it as a kid, and then I watched it kind of when I was older. I was like, oh, that's bad, but it's fun. Whatever. That's how it's the same thing. So I feel like kids probably love it. So go take your kids to it.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you go? Did you go to the theater?
I did. Yeah. I went
Oh.
to the theater. Yeah, this is the first
time in.
Yeah, first
a long
time.
time.
Like I don't even think I was going to the theater that regularly before the
Right.
pandemic, just because there wasn't anything. Not saying this was the movie to go, but my birthday theater's open.
Yeah.
I was lit. Went for the last show at 11 p.m. and just there was a few other people, but I didn't. I feel like I like watching movies at home too. But big movies like Bond in October or things like that, I will.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah,
October.
Bond for never. What is it? Never say die. No time to die.
They
They had a lot of time.
They had
to
like
die.
3 years to die.
Yeah, that's coming out October, so I feel like that'll go. And I gotta see Halloween in IMAX.
Halloween, yeah.
Halloween kills. So yeah, so it's been a fun week. We watched some wrestling. Tonight.
Yeah.
What else did we do?
I need to go back and rewatch that Nick Gage Matt Cardona match because we tried watching it after your birthday and I
watched it.
I think you saw it. I fell asleep.
Me and my buddy, who's like he's not a real wrestling fan, but he's my buddy. We catch up once in a while, and we smoke a fat doob, and I usually show him like AEW or New Japan matches. So we convinced him to watch this, and he was a little taken aback by some of the violence. A non-fan, like casual fan, watching.
It's like, what are you doing to Zack Ryder?
Yeah, first of all, he didn't know who Zack Ryder was. So.
Okay.
But more people know Nick Gage these days because of that Dark Side of the Ring thing.
And that cameo.
That's and that cameo post wrestling. I watched Nick Gage and Zack Ryder. It was exactly what I thought it would be: violence, light tubes, and all that stuff. I can't say I was really blown away. It didn't really move the meter for me that much. I'm more excited to see him versus Jericho, which we'll be talking about tomorrow night. But I don't understand the whole thing about the fans throwing things. Some people are saying there was planted fans throwing things. I'm like, people have thrown things for all the time in wrestling. Like, yeah, obviously we don't condone it and stuff, but when it's kind of fitting.
I think it's more what was being thrown.
Was it beer bottles?
There was like full beer cans. There were pizza cutters.
Oh, that's messed up.
It's stuff like that. So it's not like it was just throwing your trash, like your Coke cup and stuff like that.
There people were throwing weapons?
Yeah, there was like other
stupid.
shit being thrown.
That's
apparently.
pretty stupid. Yeah.
So that's where people were like, ugh, come on.
I think that's stupid. Overall, like, it's super cool. I'm into the
it was a great scene. Like, I love it.
The visual.
Like, I've
looked
seen
cool.
that. Yeah, it looked awesome.
The visual looked cool. Overall, again, the match really was just. I thought the Nick Gage, David Arquette one was more brutal because it looked like he almost murdered him in the ring. This one at least had planned out stuff. But I feel like, I've seen the light tubes before. It's Zack Ryder trying to get that hardcore moment. And I love Zack Ryder through the years, but man, did you see the aftermath?
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude.
And good for him. This is the most relevant he's ever been, really.
I mean, he won that WrestleMania ladder match.
I'd say this was bigger.
This was bigger? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No one was talking about, I mean, sure, but no one bought that WrestleMania to see Zack Ryder win the IC title for a day.
Yeah.
I did get a bit emotional though when that happened.
You didn't get emotional when Nick Gage was cutting him open? The glass?
Not quite.
Different emotion.
A different emotion, yeah.
It was very, very different emotion. Yeah, like the deathmatch stuff, it can be repetitive for me. And it's like, I've seen the lights and stuff, maybe a bit more creative. Like Zack Ryder was known for like his headbands and stuff. He could have choked him with a headband. I'm trying to think of other things. Zack Ryder,
spikes on a headband.
Yeah, he had the hair thing. He could have got one of those. He did come out to his old theme, Radio, which was sick. That's a banger.
He was the Long Island Ice Z, have like Long Island drinks and just smash it over his head.
Yeah, or like a cell phone.
Yeah,
because he's always like tweeting and he's all about the social media. Or the title.
The figures.
Yeah. Like there was the figures. He should have like put one in the dude's mouth and like super kicked him.
Yeah.
See, there needed to be a bit more. Not saying there's no creativity in death matches. We love our fair share of death matches. Again, listen to our best match ever death match show. Damian Abraham, piranhas in death matches. Those are really creative.
Oh yeah.
But like the pizza cutter and the forks are really.
There've
reoccurring.
been a lot of pizza cutters and forks in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a lot of blood and stuff. I'm for it, rock and roll, baby, but moderate. What did you say? Balance.
It's all about, get it now.
Yeah.
It's all about balance.
Yeah. Should we get some pizza cutters?
Yeah. For what? For pizza? We did make a good pizza the other day.
I'm pretty sure we already talked about this pizza.
But my Pro Wrestling Tees order finally arrived.
As you take off, I was wondering why you were wearing a jacket. You're wearing a T-shirt that says "I love Maven."
Yeah, and I've got my Maven micro brawler.
They sell "I love Maven" T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, our PWT order didn't come. You ordered upNXT summer tank tops, which you can all go order. Unless you're in Canada, they don't like us too much. Then the order didn't come, so poor Scrump had to quickly scramble and work last minute to resend everything again a second time, and then my shirt was the wrong size. I was heartbroken, dude. I was heartbroken.
Maybe our gym's open now. Maybe it's up next summer next year.
yeah. We'll just wait the whole summer. That's right. Wow. But you got an I Love Maven shirt.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I can every time you wear it, I can hear the theme song.
I'm wearing it out tonight.
Everyone's gonna come up to you being like, "Who's Maven?"
If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's so Maven.
That's so Maven.
Wow. Damn. Look at that. I love Maven.
It was worth the wait, for sure.
I love Maven. Now you're playing with you're too bright?
You're too bright. I'm just dimming us down a bit.
We've had a nice weekend. I didn't get a chance to watch any of the Olympics. Like I've caught clips here and there because obviously the Tokyo Olympics are actually happening right now. I saw some of the skateboarding, which looked nuts. Saw some of the beach volleyball, which was also nuts. But if you're in Tokyo, you want to go see live action entertainment. You can't go watch the Olympics, but you can go to the Dome to watch New Japan. I didn't watch it yet.
I've not seen it either.
I'm going to check out. There's only one match I'm going to cherry pick.
The main, right?
Okada. Oh, sorry. Okada and...
Okada Cobb.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing. And
watch that
the
tonight.
Tanahashi Shingo.
Right, that's right. Oh, yeah, I'll probably watch that tonight, too.
Yeah, I'm very checked out.
Yeah. I just cherry pick those two matches sound good. So I definitely cherry pick. But I haven't watched any of the actual Olympics.
I saw highlights of Tom Daley winning the gold for synchronized diving, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Tom Daley he won bronze a few years ago, I believe. And the 2012 Olympics, I think. He's someone who, in the UK, we've seen pretty much as a kid come through. He's now, a father. He's openly gay, which got him a lot of, attack in the media and stuff. So it's pretty cool. He's finally got his gold medal. So that's one of the things I've seen. And then just stuff that's on in the background at work. Swimming. There's a lot of swimming going on. A lot of
these, it's like wrestling when they do the double flips, double moons, all these things and some of the stuff. But I'm interested in seeing some of the skateboarding was kind of new to see.
That's awesome.
Outside of the X Games and stuff. And I know that I think there's going to be some, what is there going to be? Not mixed martial arts, karate? Something.
Okay.
There's going to be some sort of
They
combat.
Always play about. I know... I think Greco-Roman wrestling got removed a few years ago, which there was a bit of outrage about because
Kurt Angle was
original.
pissed.
It was the one of the original sports.
Yeah.
So, but I think skateboarding deserves to go in. I think if you've got snowboarding at the Winter Olympics and ski jumping and stuff, absolutely.
That's pretty sweet. And I saw, was it France destroy U.S. in basketball? Like, shocker there.
Right.
So LeBron's going to join France next year because that's what he does and film more movies. So other than wrestling, that's kind of... I started watching that Fear Street. I watched the second one.
Okay.
And like now I got to finish it because there's 3 of them, but I'm like, all right.
You've lost interest a bit.
I can't say it was... Even though Britta from Community makes a cameo in it.
Oh, I like that.
That's always good to see Britta.
Yeah.
They Britted it, though.
What's her name? Gillian Jacobs.
Yeah,
she's
Britta.
great.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso's back.
I haven't watched it yet.
Me neither.
I'm probably gonna do it in like one.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I haven't read it. I don't read ahead, so I don't know what happens.
You don't know what happens.
Yeah. I was trying to think. I was watching something else and I completely forgot. But yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah.
Before we forget, shall we let everyone know what we've got coming up this week on the Patreon?
We have a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We've already announced SummerSlam weekend here in the upNXT world, the BDE community. We're doing a tailgate for all our patrons on August 21st before SummerSlam. Come hang out on Zoom. All patrons are invited. And if you know, you know, because the last few times we've done these, things have got pretty fun, pretty wild on the Zoom.
Oh yeah,
tailgates.
The tailgates are always a lot of fun, and it's been a while since we've done one, so looking forward to that.
And then we'll be doing a watch along and post show for SummerSlam, and if that's not enough, well then the 22nd of August, Up Next Summer, the game show live on Twitch, podcast available on replay as well. But we'll be doing that. I'll be defending the BDE title against Fire Frank.
Oh yeah,
and then that all sets up for TakeOver 36, a watch along and post show.
Yeah, and starting to be really looking forward to that one. Now the card's coming together. Obviously, more matches announced tonight. Should be a great day with Up Next Summer, followed by TakeOver 36.
Yeah, we have some crazy things planned for that weekend.
We just put out your birthday show. We covered Point Break. Oh. That's out on the Patreon. And then
Johnny Utah,
Wheeler, Utah.
I didn't even realize I was doing that. Yeah. That was a fun show.
That was great.
Yeah, we released that yesterday. One of my favorite movies turned 30, as did I. So we reviewed Point Break, Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, and we had a blast.
We'll be back tomorrow with BD Elite, talking all about Nick Gage, Jericho, and the FTR Proud and Powerful tag match, which I'm super looking forward to.
Yeah, I'd say I'm more interested in that tag match than anything because it's kind of we've been waiting for that not singles, but the tag between those two teams. And if you don't listen to BD Elite, it's on this very feed for free every week. But we go live on Wednesday nights afterwards, and we'll be your Dynamates. So
we will.
Yeah.
And if that's not enough, we're giving you something else for free this week because on Thursday we're back to Gotham because we are putting out The Dark Knight Rises. The final part of Christopher Nolan's trilogy, The Dark Knight. And Bane. We're talking Catwoman. We're talking broken backs and magic wells and deception and everything. It's going to be great.
Rise.
Yeah,
it's a controversial one because some people love it, some people do not. We did all the Batman reviews again are on this feed for free, and we're continuing on with the last of the Nolan, The Dark Knight Rises. Darkness? No, wait. What does he say? Darkness? I can't do it. We can't do Bane voices on the show.
It doesn't matter who you are.
That was such a thing. Everyone's like, oh, God. He's doing the Bane voice. Yeah. So we'll be doing that, and that'll be on this very feed as well. So free show, and I'm super excited. I haven't watched this one in a while, and when we started with the Nolan trilogy, I was super getting into it. So I'm excited to watch it.
Giving our bat ratings and everything.
Yeah, and then that means eventually we got to move on to the other Batman movies.
Oh yeah, the Snyder ones, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not quite as exciting.
With Batfleck?
With Batfleck.
The greatest babyface turn in all of history. Ben Affleck is once again with J-Lo, and the world can rejoice.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We've been doing so many shows. We got another Was Next coming out this
May
week.
1st, 2013. Chris Jericho's on the show.
Yeah. Jericho wrestled in NXT. Yes, he had the game show match with Daniel Bryan, but he also wrestled in NXT. NXT in Full Sail against Bray Wyatt, one time only, and we're going to talk about it this week, as well as Paige versus Summer Rae.
Oh yeah, the
Wyatts,
culmination of this grudge feud going on.
So much going on in Retro NXT. So that's another show we do on the Patreon, and then the month is coming to an end, which means August is coming up. So if you've not joined, or you're joined and you're interested in what we have coming up, the schedule is going to be released this week. But join August 1st, because not only do you get access to all the past shows and all the shows we're talking about, $5 a month, North American tier, gets you all these podcasts. But in August, we have some crazy things lined up. Not only do we have those game shows and those things, we're going to be doing a special watch-along and post-show for Triple Mania, which then gave us the little idea to do a best match ever Triple Mania.
Oh yeah, this is something we really haven't covered much at all. So yeah, that should be a good one.
So please cue all you Lucha fans at upNXT Podcast.
We need your help on this.
We need your help.
Yeah.
We need to know what are the best Triple Mania matches of all time. It could include one from last year. Not Chessman.
Not Chessman.
But maybe Kenny Omega,
that
Laredo
women's battle royal.
No, maybe
thing.
not that. Yeah, maybe that one too. So we'll be doing that.
What was the one where Hugo Savinovich just
Bladed?
bladed?
He's commentary.
Yeah, didn't he get smacked by a Spanish guitar or something and bladed?
He bladed.
That one.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh, that definitely should be in there then if it's best match ever. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. That's something we have coming up. We're again more of the retro stuff. We have a few up yours from our patrons. I know B Detroit has picked the movie with Tupac in it, Juice, which is going to be a crazy review for us to review. So I can't wait for that. I know, is it Arman Neal has picked a Star Trek movie?
We're doing Wrath of Khan.
What?
Yeah.
What is going on with it? I love these picks. We're all out there.
Justin has picked Blood Moon.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
I have no idea. So
I'm
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
But we are going to be doing another best match ever as well. Kind of off the back of all these rumors going around about Bryan Danielson. Is it time to put an end to the career of Daniel Bryan? We're going to be doing a best match ever, Daniel Bryan.
Don't call him Bryan Danielson.
Nope. This is just Daniel Bryan matches we're looking at from his WWE run.
Suck it, haters. Daniel Bryan, best match ever, will be also happening sometime in August. Because maybe we'll see him show up. Maybe Daniel Bryan is no more.
And it's the American Dragon.
Or we could be wrong, and then we're just
he
celebrating
shows up
him
on
anyways.
Raw.
Fuck it, yeah, whatever.
He loses to Karrion Kross.
Yeah. So those are going to be some of the shows. Check out the schedule when it comes out on the socials, because all that stuff, only $5 and access to all the stuff. Go cherry pick our podcasts and pick our brains of all the stuff we watch, and we love doing it. So thank you guys for supporting.
Thank you.
Go join. Give us a shot August 1st, and you won't regret it for sure. All these shows. And shout out the Patreon, because damn, we can't do it without you. That's how we do it.
Absolutely.
Boom. Should we talk about NXT?
I think so.
I mean, I don't know why we should talk about NXT. It's not like NXT has a robot in and out of commercial breaks on a wrestling show. Raw gets a robot, the Raw bot.
Yeah.
Why don't we get one?
We've got the
Izzy.
Got Izzy. Yeah.
Hanging around the CWC. I guess so. Let's talk about NXT.
We've got the car park as well.
Yeah, that's a whole roster member of itself. NXT from Tuesday, July 27th. Happy birthday, Papa Triple H. Papa Paul. We start off with a recap of Samoa Joe, Karrion Kross, William Regal. No Jeff Hardy. So Joe is pissed because Kross took out William Regal last week at the end of the show. And just stating that this week and next week are both airing on Sci-Fi instead due to the Olympics and all that stuff. So these were also pre-taped, which I use Twitter every day. I didn't purposely seek out stuff. I didn't read anything. I didn't see anything because you know what it says in our opening theme song. I don't read ahead. So I actually had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah, all I knew was this match was reported, the Kross Joe match. That was the only thing I heard, but there were some other big things that happened on this show that I'm surprised I didn't hear, because I am someone who tends to try to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
But similarly to you, I haven't really tried with this and not seen anything really.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, Cool. I've been kind of down on NXT just because of, they kind of told us it doesn't matter. So I've been like, hey, I'm going to try to be nice. And you know what? Right off the bat, this show definitely got my interest still. It's been a solid product for the past little while. So it is unfortunate that it gets... You see, I watch AEW, and if you watch Impact and stuff, everyone's trying to help everyone. But a company that owns their own show is not helping themselves. It's really weird.
It's weird, but then I can see from like main roster point of view that if we've got a different idea for someone, they're not going to basically honor the continuity. And if you think back, that's always been the case with NXT. It's just because over the last couple of years, they've made us think it's more than developmental now. It's this third brand. They've very much gone back on their tune. But think, the NXT we're watching right now, Big E is the big babyface champion as he's...
In 2013.
In 2013, as he's teaming with Dolph Ziggler as this big heel going up against Bryan and Kane at Mania. And no mention of his title, and he's playing a completely different character. This has happened before. It sucks because we're invested in NXT, and it should be so easy to make it this, I guess, like this multiverse, like with this NXT being part of it, and it's not. So it's disappointing watching NXT, but I'm just trying to watch it in its own bubble, like I used to. It didn't really bother me years ago when they did this, so I'm trying not to let it now. And I think the show has been very solid for the last 6 months.
Yeah, no, it has been. Honestly, everything's been great. Even the stuff we've been critiquing has been Karrion Kross, the champion, but they've been selling us on the matches. They've been having solid main events, and then he just loses on Raw, and it definitely puts a damper on everyone. And I, people's the snickering of, oh, this show's taking a dive. No wonder I don't watch it. Yada yada yada. But I know a lot of people do not watch this show. I mean, that's why we do the podcast. We watch it so you don't have to and all that stuff. But I feel like a lot of people go, oh, I don't watch NXT since the AEW, the Wednesdays. But since it moved, it's like, well, check it out. Because the wrestling is usually pretty solid. And it's the people who literally do not watch that go, oh, it sucks.
Yeah. So
there is definitely a disconnect. It's like me in that Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. It's like, I say it sucks, but I've never actually watched it. I put it on for 5 minutes and went, oh, can't do it. Do I have the right to say the Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds sucks? Maybe I gotta watch it.
But again, this is kind of going back to those old days of NXT, network NXT, where no one watched the TV.
Right.
But very little people watched the TV and then would tune in for the takeovers and be blown away. But then I remember doing the show before USA when you'd be going like, look, you should watch this match. This person's really good right now. But certain people you wouldn't see on, because you've only got the 5-match formula. You don't see really.
It's true. Yeah. The TV's, there's always hit and miss, but just lately it has been pretty solid.
Yeah.
But we're in a dampered mood, but they're gonna continue to put on a solid show. And it starts with Timothy Thatcher Tommaso Ciampa going up against the team of Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan. This is the tag team match that determines who the badasses are, because all 4 of these guys are mean and tough, and they're going to fight each other. The only problem was I wish this was the tornado style again.
Me too.
I was expecting them to quickly be like, no, wait.
Especially when they said a scrap. We're going to have a scrap. It was a bit of a classic tag match.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a tag match, and that's okay. All 4 guys are super aggressive. Commentary is like, they won't stop staring at each other and wanting to hurt each other. Pete and Thatcher are getting very technical, countering everything. Pete goes into this flying triangle that is then transitioned but countered into a single leg crab from Thatcher. If Pete watched Thatcher's School of Hard Knocks videos that he used to do, he may have known how to get out of this quicker. Because remember, that was one of the things he kept talking about, the single leg crab. Ciampa finally gets in and he starts putting Pete in other submissions. There's then the double clubs from the Tim and Tom. I guess that's what we called them. As they go to commercial break. When we come back, Thatcher slaps Oney, which ignites him to slap him back. And it's a slap fight between each other. And Oney gets him good. And Thatcher, you can just hear him going, you mother, as he gets slapped in the face again. Slap him up. Pete Dunne and Ciampa both hot tag as they try to fight each other, but Ciampa does his running clothesline train back and forth, probably like 15
Oh,
clotheslines.
this is fantastic.
Yeah, he's taking out Pete, he's taking out Oney, back and forth.
And this time, normally when you have these, this like back and forth elbows or whatever, they're on opposite corners, so they're just running from one to the other. Here they were on the same side, so Ciampa's bouncing against the rope each time to change direction.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I love when he just keeps going.
Cardio's very good.
yeah. There's the Fujiwara armbar, and he's doing this on Pete, but Oney pulls Pete out of it. But then Thatcher on the outside puts Oney in an ankle lock, which is a great visual. It looks as if Ciampa breaks the Fujiwara and then puts Pete Dunne in the Gargano escape.
Yeah, and not much attention was brought to it.
Yeah, well, the attention comes as, on the outside, Thatcher beating up on Oney is attacked, when the ref doesn't see, by a returning Ridge Holland. Yeah, remember him? He attacks Thatcher, but this just kind of distracts Ciampa, who gets hit with the bitter end, kicks out at 2. Pete Dunne's pretty mad. Kicked out of my finish. So he hits it again and pins Ciampa, sorry. So Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan, with the help of Ridge Holland.
Fridge is back.
The fridge.
Fridge.
The fridge, Ridge Holland.
Pretty sure you were talking about him the other week, asking when he'll be back.
We knew. Could just
sense
foresight.
it.
Yeah. So Ridge Holland helps these guys win. He's back. He's in this group, if you remember. So a little recap is what he...
So Pat McAfee had hired him to take out Adam Cole. And then... So he took out Adam Cole. And then he had a match with Oney Lorcan...
And that,
where his...
And Danny.
And Danny, where his knees blew out.
Right.
So then in story, that's when McAfee revealed himself and said, well, I tried to pay Ridge Holland, and I thought, well, I might as well get the guy who took him out.
Right.
So got Danny and Oney
Right.
and Pete.
Good thinking, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's clearly under the book still. I'm like,
So-
I'll go on to these with these guys.
I
He's
guess,
forgiven
yeah.
Oney.
Yeah. I guess he's just joining with them. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. So he's joined them. But overall...
I like it. Freshens them up a bit.
Yeah.
I think Ridge Holland showed some interesting things when we saw him before, but never really got much of a chance to get going. So be interesting to see how he is. He's impressive to look at. And later when we hear from him, I thought he sounded pretty good. He's menacing.
Yeah. He's big. He's like a fridge. That
Ridge Holland.
So more stables and factions
Yeah.
continuing here, but that's okay. I like that in wrestling. But overall, a pretty good match as well. I like Thatcher and Ciampa. They're super like aggressive and just mean, and it fit with Pete and Oney.
Yeah, all of these guys are up for a scrap,
Yeah.
aren't they? And that's what we got. I would have preferred the more like no DQ or Tornado or whatever, but there was some really good stuff here, and they all seem to be up for a bit of a fight.
Up for fighting around the world.
Yeah.
Fighting a pint is a hell of a night.
Absolutely.
Right? We go to a video for Carmelo Hayes. He's in the Breakout Tournament. He has a match later.
Did we say that afterwards Ridge just destroys these guys?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he beats the hell
He
out of
headbutts
Thatcher.
Ciampa, and then...
Yeah, they make Ciampa watch him beat up Timothy Thatcher, and
he's just throwing him around.
no one saved them though. Like they need a third person.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Conspiracy had on. We need someone to help Ciampa and Thatcher. Who could be their third guy to help them? I mean, Ciampa did do the Gargano escape.
Oh, God, no. Keep them away from each other.
D.I. way.
Ciampa's character now is...
Yeah.
I could not imagine partnering with
yeah.
Gargano's character now. They're so different.
But he was signaling him. He was signaling
He was.
Johnny.
He
was
was.
tipping his hat to old Johnny boy. I like that.
What about returning Kona?
Kona with
Yeah, these guys.
the mean sons of bitches and the finest.
I love it.
Yeah, that's not bad. Who else do we got? Who else is rugged? I don't know.
Jiro.
No, he's handsome. He's not rugged. You could be rugged handsome, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, I guess we'll have to think on who can help these guys. Because
Tim, Tom, and Bob.
Yeah.
Is there a Bob or something?
Bob does fit that. I was
Yeah.
thinking Bob, but
Tim,
we
Tom,
don't
and
know
Bob.
Bob. Yeah.
Bob.
A Rob? Maybe there's a Rob?
Rob.
We have a Robert?
Tim and Tom and...
Tim Tom and Odyssey Jones. I don't know. Gotta think of this, but DI, what is it? DI way.
DI way?
Like the way?
Right.
The DI way.
Oh, okay.
The DI way.
The DI way.
Sounds weird. Yeah. The DIY.
The DUI would be another tag team.
That's on the other show.
Yeah.
We go to Carmelo Hayes in the Breakout Tournament. He says he's from Boston, and he doesn't wait for opportunity. He takes it. He goes for it. He took on Kushida and took Kushida to the limit, and then he slapped Adam Cole in the face and made a name for himself. So tonight, this is the opportunity here in NXT in his match tonight in the Breakout Tournament.
The way his video was shot kind of reminded me of a dating game show profile thing. Like, hi, I'm Carmelo Hayes from Boston, Massachusetts.
The Bachelor?
Yeah, exactly. You may remember me from the time I slapped Adam Cole in the face.
Wow. Yeah, it does sound kind of, it's like you would send Tough Enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. It's the Breakout Tournament, right? So, yeah, I think he's got good talking ability. He's a great wrestler, too, and we'll see. We see Samoa Joe. He's showing up. He's mad. He's so mad because William Regal was injured last week. We go to Hit Row, who have a bit of a freestyle or a battle rap, if you will, towards a few people. And they say, last week, Hit Row produced a bop on Wild's back. And I've been waiting to bring spooky season to NXT, says Swerve. B-Fab steps in and starts talking a little bit in Spanish and then is toying with Legado del Fantasma and says, yeah, play that guitar. You know Joaquin Wild's back is a fan of our hits. And your boys lay flat like a Mack truck. Top Dollar says he's the new Kings of the Jungle. They start talking about the Imperium being jokers. Shanti calls them spicy with their hot takes. They're spicy. Oh, you think you're spicy. And he says, I need you to pause, rewind, watch your mouth, or you get knocked out. And then Top Dollar, big pop here, says, and I quote, Wagwan my ute, and Mandem.
And in it fam
here, and says, pop off at the mouth, and we gonna knock your top off. So they're calling out everyone here that they got beef with Legado, Del Fantasma, and Imperium. But I cannot believe someone said Wagwan Mayut and Mandem on a wrestling show. So Top Dollar gets all the praise from me, 100%.
Oh, every week. These guys are great.
Wagwan is something I grew up. I know I'm white as fuck, but I grew up in Scarborough area, North York area, Toronto. Wagwan was the thing. I have said it to you a million times, and you always go, "Huh? What?"
No, I haven't.
Oh,
because that comes from where I'm
from. Fuck! I love it. Fuck! I always say it, and people are like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Yeah." Some people, it's not a common thing, but I can't believe you said it. I love it. So they're calling out all these teams. So does this mean we're gonna get a multi-team? Because Imperium interfered in MSK's thing last week. So there's some crosshairs here with the different teams. Remember, they interfered on their video. So I was a little confused. I mean, Imperium is in a match with Hit Row tonight. So, I mean, I guess we know where Imperium goes from here. But
well, Hit Row's main feud is, with Legado del Fantasma. But I guess they're hyping up this match tonight with Imperium too.
Yeah. I thought this was cool.
Yeah, they always sound great.
I like all these guys. We go to Samoa Joe, who comes down to the ring. He is pissed off, and he has a microphone. There's a table, and he has a folder, a clipboard, and he says, Karrion Kross, I'd call you out, but I know you wouldn't even come down here, you gutless coward. So William Regal, why don't you get out here? So out comes William Regal, and Joe says, what Karrion Kross did to you was reprehensible. And I know, William Regal, you're here tonight to fire Karrion Kross, but I'm here to tell you that I have a better solution. And he says, I have 3 things that I need from you. First, and he hands him a contract, I quit being the assistant general manager. I resign. I'm officially done. It's already signed. It's over. But I need you to sign this piece of paper. Step 2 in the process, Mr. Regal, you reactivate me as an active member on the roster. And the crowd gets hype. I got a little hype. So William Regal obliges and signs step 2. But step 3, and this makes it official, Samoa Joe, Karrion Kross, NXT title at TakeOver 36. And William Regal signs that as well with a little face. And he kind of says, like, I believe in you. You got this.
Yeah, I think it was when he was made an active member of the roster. He, like, points the pen and just says, not on mic or anything, but it's like, I believe in you before signing.
So, Samoa Joe, Karrion Kross, TakeOver. But awesome segment. I really liked Joe's delivery. William Regal's, you know what? The chemistry between them was really great.
I loved this. I think it's a shame Regal is at a point and an age where he can't wrestle anymore because he's such a good actor in all these segments that you could build something great. But Joe has got those chops as well. These two have been bouncing off each other so well the last few weeks. I believe the intensity between them. And I think this was quite a smart way of bringing Joe to being an active competitor. Because the whole time he was on commentary, everyone's going, is Joe done?
Right.
Like, what's up with Joe? And then being brought back, everyone's going, well, is he cleared? Is he just going to be in this role? And this kind of takes those rumors and sort of puts it in a story. And now we're talking about contracts, and he's making him an active wrestler again. And I love this. I'm not a big Kross fan, but I'm really excited for this match to see Joe wrestle again. And I think it makes sense to actually put the title on him. He's already setting up these feuds with all these guys. True. Every week he's staring down Dunne, he's staring down Cole, having moments with Gargano and things. It makes sense for him to be the champion and kind of go through these guys. And it looks like Kross is moving on very soon, I'd imagine.
Well, he's got to fight Jeff Hardy again.
Yeah, well, exactly.
He's got to face Keith Lee again. I really like this segment because, Samoa Joe is always so in it. Anything he does. If they say you're going out there in the rain, Samoa Joe's going out there in the rain. And no matter what. If he's fighting Sting in the crowd, he's jumping off those steps to take that bump for no reason. But he did it. He did it for us.
He's calling it WrestleMania during a storm.
Exactly.
He's wearing that poncho.
He's wearing it. He knows. He'll do it. If you're asking him to do he does it. No matter what. You want me to fight Kenta Kobashi? All right, I'll do it. You want me to fight? Who did you fight? Necro Butcher? Fucking do it. I'll kill him, but I'll do it. So I am excited for this match. And you're suggesting you want Joe as the champ. I assume that Joe puts over Kross, but it makes way more sense for Joe to win because Kross should go. We should have the fresh matchups, and whoever is the one to beat Joe can instantly become like instant main champ that we believe instantly because you beat Joe. So it is a good stepping stone. But I guess you're doing Kross dirty. But like, I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. But I want Joe to win. But I feel like they're doing that thing again where they want us to believe.
I think it makes most sense, really. I get not wanting to maybe put over, have Kross lose, but everyone loses eventually before they move up.
Sure.
And he's already lost on the main roster, so who cares?
I mean, Jeff Hardy's beaten Joe a bunch.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I think the combinations of matches you can have with Joe are very interesting. So, yeah.
Samoa Joe.
Have him be champion.
3-time NXT champion.
Exactly. First ever.
Wow, there you go. I can't wait. We go to a video for Josh Briggs in the Breakout Tournament, and there's going to be two things tonight, broken bodies and broken dreams in his match tonight. We go to the first golf segment of the evening, and that is Cameron Grimes being the caddy for LA Knight as they go golfing earlier today, somewhere in Florida. And it starts with Cameron Grimes, who is yelling at Mr. Knight. Hey, Mr. Knight, how long do you want me to wash your balls for? And he's like, calm down. Lower your voice. Stop yelling. Stop saying things like that. Stop it. Give me the driver. Well, Mr. Knight, I am your driver. Ha ha. No, the driver, the right thing. So he gives him the right, I don't know which is which in golf. I just try to hit things. So he gives him one. And Cameron Grimes says, Mr. Knight, I bet you $5,000 that your ball goes flying into the trees. He kind of doesn't want to agree, but it's like a non-handshake deal here. And he hits the ball into the trees. Grimes laughs and says, you owe me $5,000. And LA Knight says, you think that's funny? Go get my ball. So more golf later. But so far, it look like they could be fun going golfing with these guys.
Yeah, I kind of felt this regressed a bit. Last week we had the moment where it felt like Cameron Grimes, who's been put in this butler position and has been making kind of fun of it and having fun with it, suddenly got broken because he was forced to punch Drake Maverick. And it felt like all of that was completely forgotten this week, and we're back to doing comedy.
You would imagine Drake shows up on the golf course, but it was not
something.
That.
I as Cameron Grimes was left last week, he kind of felt broken and defeated, and I think this week the vignette should have been him being a bit more subservient rather than just jokey again.
Yeah. I this one was the weakest one out of the ones today, because there was the rest of them were fine, but yeah, I did laugh at the balls joke. I will admit, they got me with that. I didn't expect to hear that.
It was clever. It was a well-written joke.
He just said yelled balls, and it caught me. I think I literally was taking a sip of my drink, and I'm like, oh, he said balls, and he yelled it. So yeah, more golf later. I like their golf attire, I will say. Look nice. We go to Carmelo Hayes versus Josh Briggs in the NXT Breakout Tournament. Starts off, both guys are pretty quick. Josh Briggs is giving me kind of Brody King vibes here. I didn't realize how big he is, but he's got some tattoos. He wears some black gear, black trunks. There's a Carmelo who has momentum early on, drop kicks Briggs, but he comes back and sends him flying to the outside, and Hayes lands on his back. Again, back in the ring, they're fighting, and he gets Briggs caught up in the ropes, and Hayes hits this springboard guillotine leg drops for a 2 count. There's then a guillotine by Hayes, but Briggs is a big boy, so lifts him up and gets out of it. When they come back from break, Duke Hudson, the other guy, the Aussie, Vink.
Vink.
Yeah, he's on commentary now, adding some flavor here. And Briggs hits a standing splash for a near fall. Hayes comes back with a flying springboard headbutt. There's then a series of these like code breaker type moves. Counters a chokeslam and hits another code breaker for a near fall. There's then like a pump haluva kick and runs into this huge boot from Briggs that instantly flips Carmelo Hayes inside out, and then this huge chokeslam for a near fall.
That chokeslam was enormous.
Yeah, big. Old school Kane vibes.
Yeah, like old school Big Show. Like for when he first came in to WWF, he used to have them up high and do the knee.
But Big Show would like go down with you, whereas Kane like drops you eventually.
Yeah.
Big Show always like goes with you. Yeah, it looked great. Hayes kicks out, goes for this satellite, and then makes Briggs like eat the mat, and then goes for it again and hits it again, and then goes up top and jumps off the top rope with this flying like scissor kick. It's almost like, think of the Booker T scissor kick.
It was like a leg drop, but inwards. It's across like, the back of the neck.
Yeah, you know John Cena used to do like the famous or like off the top rope. It's like that, but he's almost like trying to do the scissor kick in midair as well. So super vicious. And it puts Briggs to sleep as Carmelo Hayes gets the pin and advances in the Breakout Tournament.
I thought this was pretty good. Especially after the commercial break, it really picked up and there was some really good stuff from both guys. I liked Hayes being the smaller guy early on where he was trying to get those submissions in on Briggs. It looked kind of realistic to me because he's the smaller guy and he kept on clubbing Briggs to like try and hold it. You don't actually see that often, and I like that little touch to it. Briggs is a pretty impressive big guy as well. As we said, that chokeslam looked good. He showed some good speed and athleticism as well. We were talking as we were watching it, his look kind of puts me off a little. He doesn't look quite like a star that I think a big guy should look like. I think some of those superhero tattoos kind of take me out of it.
He's got a sleeve like Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah.
Where it's like the Green Lantern, Superman, like all the
Batman
logos.
and all that.
It's like, well, like...
It's just, you don't look intimidating with that. That's the thing. Yeah. But Carmelo Hayes, really impressive as well. Good stuff from both guys.
Yeah, like I actually think Josh Briggs impressed me. I thought both guys... Like Carmelo Hayes, I think, has been impressive in the past. The things he talked about were pretty impressive. Briggs, if you've watched Evolve and stuff... You may have seen some of his stuff.
He was the last Evolve champion.
Oh, was
I think.
He? Okay.
Yeah.
And I know that like some of the moves here were pretty good. I was impressed. So I'm sure he'll show back up in NXT again.
I love this tournament. I I remember being actually quite down on the first one, but this time I'm actually quite getting into it. And I think it gives lower card matches stakes. There's a reason for these matches to happen. And these are nowhere near being, your title scene yet, although one of them will get a title shot, one of their choice. But it gives stakes to these lower card matches, which I enjoy.
Well, Carmelo Hayes is going to face Duke Hudson in the semifinals.
Yeah.
So can't wait. We go to Franky Monet backstage with the Robert Stone brand, meaning Jessi and Robert Stone. And they kind of mentioned that now that Franky and Jessi are a team, that they are looking at those NXT women tag titles. And Kacy and Kayden walk in and they say, whoa, you can't just get together and try to be tag champs. You can't throw together chemistry. We're friends. We're more than friends. We're family. We even finish each other's. And then the other says, sentences. So then they walk off. They kind of challenge him to a match. I
hate these two. Fucking hell.
I don't know.
They're so annoying.
Yeah, Franky Monet and Jessi are supposed to be these bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Holy, did this do a double turn here.
Well, afterwards, Franky is going like that. Ugh, they are so annoying.
No, it's Robert Stone who goes over to Mackenzie.
Franky does it first, and then Stone repeats it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with you guys.
I agree with you. You bad guys, you're correct. Because Kacy and Kayden just totally healed it up. And we're so annoying. We finish each other's sentences. It's like, come on. We finish each other's
joints.
Sandwiches. This was funny, but I don't think it was supposed to be that funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like, we ain't laughing with them. We laughing at them.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kacy and Kayden.
They're awesome in ring. Like, I think they've really been gelling as a tag team, but their characters are so irritating.
It is so annoying. It's like, it makes you so mad instantly. I'm sorry. Like, they're definitely putting it on, but like...
Like, when they come on, I'm like, ugh.
Like X-Pac heat, but like, no.
No, it is complete X-Pac.
Scrappy-Doo heat.
It is Scrappy-Doo heat.
It's like, just stop.
Yeah, chill.
Go away.
Yeah.
Go do 450s. Yeah, it was a segment I wish I never watched.
It's funny because someone said the other week, do you think Adam Cole and Britt Baker practice their promos on each other? Because both have a fantastic promo.
Right.
And I think a couple of weeks ago, they both just killed it one week.
They have been killing it.
I reckon Kacy and Ricochet are doing the same.
So anyway, we go to Cameron Grimes. He's on the golf course. He's doing commentary. He's doing the thing where you put your hand over. We got it. He's doing like the slow.
Is that your Bane impression?
Yeah. LA Knight. No, I said I can't do the Bane thing. Never do Borat and never do Bane. Austin Powers though. Grimes is on the golf course with LA Knight, and LA Knight continues to tell him, "Stop, be quiet, stop it." And he's like psyching him out, and he says, "I bet double that 5,000, double or nothing that you get that ball into the water," and well, it goes in the water. So Grimes laughs at him and says, "I told you you'd be getting it in the water." So he says, "Yeah, so funny, huh? Well, hope you know how to swim. Go get my ball." So Cameron now has to go in there and get the ball. And as he does, he takes off his cowboy boots. He's ready to go in there. And he gets it, and he says, "I got myself into this, and a man's got to do what a man's got to do." Like, sorry, Cameron, we got to do this. So he does it. And out comes another golf cart showing up, and it's the $1 Million Man. Ted DiBiase.
He's okay.
He's fine.
He's good.
He probably sold those shoes on eBay. Last bump shoes.
Yeah, do you know what he sold them for?
No, actually. Yeah. I hope someone does a shoey out of them, though. It'd be great. $1 Million shoey. Like, come on. You can't put a price
It's how
on that.
you can introduce Duncan Verk. What's his name? Duke Hudson.
Burke?
Brandon Vink.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah.
He could buy the shoes and do shoeies.
Shoeies?
And then that's how he gets the $1 million title.
It's good. I like it. I like it. $1 Million Man shows up and he says, Cameron Grimes, what are you doing? Come on, Cameron. Look at you, kid. You're better than this. You weren't born to be a butler. You were born to be a champion. Cameron Grimes, you're a fighter. Wow. $1 Million Man? Wholesome Ted? He's just a nice guy. He's changed his tune. He's not laughing at Grimes. He's trying to build him up. So Cameron starts to think here, like, maybe I am better than this.
Yeah, again, this didn't quite make sense to me because Cameron Grimes didn't seem down in the dumps when Ted came over.
Yeah.
He was fine. He was like, the ball wasn't even that deep. It was right here. Cool. And then it's like, when someone goes to you, it's like, Braden, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine, but are you okay? And then you start to think, like, am I okay?
Yeah.
That's kind of what Ted DiBiase did here to Grimes.
He's just trying to help Grimes out, man.
Yeah. I didn't like this week.
Yeah, you didn't like any of them?
This was better. Just, I think the story is kind of a bit all over the place
Mixed.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Drake Maverick still with NXT WWE?
Yes.
He was last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting they didn't go any further.
I just think we should have had more of Grimes being down in the dumps here, feeling the effects of what he had to do last week, being more, yes, sir, yes,
he
sir.
didn't care, is what you're saying.
Exactly. He should have been, you got to go in the water. Oh, okay, yes, sir. And being defeated. And then when Ted DiBiase pulls up, it's like, hey, kid, like, you're better than this. You can then have him start to pick himself up and be like, yeah, I am better than this. And fuck this guy. And I'm going to get that title. It should have been, Grimes should have had some empathy for Drake Maverick. Like, even in the beginning, when he's, like, just about to caddy for LA Knight, he could be, like, on his phone, like, giving Drake Maverick, like, stock advice or something. Money. Can I transfer you something? Can I get anything? I feel bad. Drake wasn't even mentioned.
Yeah, I feel bad. Oh, I got to go. And he'd be like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? No one. And then he finds out he was helping him or giving him money or, I don't know, something. Like, literally, they just ignored
something.
They just ignored it? Yeah, okay. I see what you mean, but damn. We go to Ridge Holland and the boys, and they're leaving. And one of the interviewers, it's not Dan Matha now, but we have someone else who runs up at people. Hey, why did you do this? Ridge, why did you attack them? None of your business, says Ridge. Ciampa and Thatcher, they're not the first people I smash up, and they won't be the last. As he walks off, and they get in their car and drive off. I wish the interview asked Ridge where he got his nice tight black jeans.
Oh, yeah?
They look nice.
He looked good. Jeans. He looked good with his hat on as well.
Yeah, he's got a nice hat.
He's got a good look.
Like those are golf hats, no? Kind of?
Yeah, flat cap, old man hat.
Yeah, the old man hat, yeah. They're in style still.
Yeah. Oh, he rocks it.
He definitely does.
And he sounded good, I thought. He sounded scary.
He
sounded like a Guy Ritchie villain.
Guy Ritchie villain? Yeah, okay. Like from a Brit gangster movie.
Yeah,
he definitely fits
Peaky
that.
Blinders, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, the hat.
Yeah.
He throws that hat at someone. Could be dangerous.
Could be a loaded hat. Should start doing the headbutt with the loaded hat.
He puts the hat on
because he's got. They said the Yorkshire Kiss? I think Barrett called it. But he puts the hat on. Boom.
Where he keeps
got like fucking stones and knives in there.
Yeah, didn't you keep the blades in the hat? Yeah, that's right. I think he's pretty scary. So it's Oney hanging around with Pete, and then
I think he looks good in the group as well. Get Danny back there as well. It is just these four fucking mental lads. Yeah. These look like you see these guys getting on a bus to go to a footy game, and like if their team doesn't win, like or you walk into the pub with the wrong jersey on. Yeah, this guy's gonna like break my kneecaps or something. Ridge Holland's Vinnie Jones. Yeah, he's got that vibe for sure. Like he's really funny and seems really cool and stuff, but if you're not on his side, you don't want to you don't want to hang around with him. He's Ridge Holland, bitch. Essentially, wasn't that the Juggernaut? Was that Vinnie Jones? Yeah, I'm the Juggernaut. Yeah. All right. Yeah, he's totally. It's great. I love it. So we go to Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Oh, here we go. They come down to the ring, and Raquel Gonzalez
has the microphone, the champ. She says, I've beaten everyone there is to beat here. Who's next? Here in NXT. Step up to the plate. She then speaks in her native tongue, Spanish, calls herself the Chingona of all WWE, and no one can step to me. No one. Dakota Kai wants to speak. She grabs the microphone and says, Raquel, you debuted 18 months ago, and you've been more dominant in 18 months than Charlotte, than Asuka, than Shayna. You've defeated everyone. You've defeated Io Shirai, Ember, everyone in your path you've beaten. And the women's division in NXT is the greatest because of one woman. So who is bad enough to come down here? And there were some great teases where she puts her hand on her shoulder. She grabs her hand. There's lots of small little pauses and moments. But Dakota is yelling, anyone back there who wants to face Raquel, come on down, face us. But no one's answering the challenge. So they're celebrating, and Dakota says, Raquel, as long as I have your back, you will always be champion. And then the music hits, and they celebrate. They're posing. Raquel goes up on the apron. She's posing with the title, gets back down, turns around, and eats a flying kick to the face from Dakota Kai. Oh, the crowd cheers. The crowd goes wild here as she grabs the title and says, I'm woman enough. I'm the woman who will beat you. I'm the woman enough. And basically says the women's division is great because of one woman. It ain't you. It's me. And then walks up the entrance ramp, kind of looks back, and goes off. But what a great segment.
Oh, this was fantastic. We all know a turn is coming. We all know this match is coming eventually. It's a matter of when. Very much like the Jericho-Owens thing. You're waiting for those teases. And they've been doing the teases very subtly over the weeks. It's only been little glances. So as this segment was going on, I was thinking, okay, the turn might not be tonight, but they might start being heavily planting those seeds with lines like, as long as I have your back, you will always be champion. And you're right, she kept on doing she then held her hand and turned, and you're like, all right, she's going to pull her into a forearm, and nothing.
It's very AEW. Remember the Revolution, Kenny and Hangman versus the Bucks? There was 5 different things that they kept teasing. That
it looks like they're going to do a super kick or a buckshot.
It was kind of similar.
It was very like that, and they kept playing you. And then this was almost the equivalent of the logo at the end of the show coming up, because they're playing the music. And what's great is normally you see them positioning themselves to do the turn, as she was doing throughout this promo, whereas Raquel just kind of stood in the corner. I wasn't expecting this flying kick at all.
The camera wasn't on her.
It came out of nowhere, really caught me off guard, and I thought this was brilliant. I yelled this. I'm so happy I wasn't spoiled on this, because this really worked, and I'm happy for Dakota. And Dakota seems to be the babyface here, even though she's the one that did the turn. The way Vic didn't say anything, normally you'd be like, Vic, Dakota, what are you doing? It was Wade Barrett going, yes, Dakota, seize that opportunity. You've been in the background far too long. The whole crowd chanting, Dakota, Dakota. Yeah, I think everyone recognizes she's been in NXT a long time, and she's always been the bridesmaid.
Always. Yeah. I mean, she had some definite heat in the indies. She was killing it, and then got souped up, and it was such a are they gonna waste her? And we covered the whole Shayna storyline. Dakota's been through so much here, and then got put in the side piece role to Raquel, and then we knew that this would eventually happen, and it was almost oh man, how are they gonna do this? How are they gonna do it? And they totally we were just waiting for it essentially, and then they teased us that it wasn't happening tonight. And then it's and now it happens. It was great.
And even the character of Dakota, it feels like she's been waiting maybe the entire 18 months, being this woman's dominant. I'm going to get her to be champion, and I'm going to wait until the moment's right. to strike.
Yeah.
This was great. This is what I love in wrestling. I love shit like this.
Yeah, so happy. If you just read this and read the spoilers of how it used to be in NXT, where we would try to avoid tapings and stuff, you'd be like, okay, cool, Dakota Kai. But if you actually like watched the segment, it was well done. Everyone did their part. Even the way it was the camera work that definitely helped it, because you thought, okay, well, it's not happening tonight. Maybe they're doing this to tease next week. No, boom, gets kicked in the head. It's like, they got me again. Love it. Love when they get you.
The crowd were great as well. I think there's one girl in the crowd who, when Dakota starts running for the kick, you just hear this.
It's like when Seth turned on the Shield, you can hear one guy, no! And you're like, wait, what's happening? And then the champ, it was like that. Well done. I like a good turn in wrestling. And this wrote itself, really. I mean, you know what I always say. You know what I always said. I said it all the time. Dakota Kai gets me hot. And I can't wait
I mean, I kind of feel this should have closed the show.
Yeah.
But I also feel maybe it would have telegraphed it a bit more if it did. But this was the biggest thing of the show for me.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe if you put it at the end, it would have... Obviously, we would have knew it was coming. I mean, we knew it was coming, but they still... did a great job. One of the best segments this year from NXT. Honestly, I really got into it, and it makes me want to watch this match so bad. And it's obviously going to have to happen at TakeOver 36, so a few weeks away. But great time to build it even more.
This show is looking great.
Yeah. Does Dakota take it?
I think so.
Yeah, she should. Kick her in the head.
Yeah.
Team kick. Evie, let's go, Dakota. Yeah, I'm super into that match. But great segment. Probably the best part of the show.
It was, I think.
100%. Definitely check it out if you haven't. So, we go from that to Adam Cole backstage. And he says, lately, everyone just wants to attach themselves to me. We had Kyle practically screaming my name. And Reed says, I'm a rebound. Are you kidding me? I'm not a rebound. I'm the top of the mountain. And you're going to fall off. You lost the title because you're not good enough, Reed. I don't care about your 14-year journey. He's going to beat him tonight. He should have said, I don't care about your wife. Stop talking about your wife. Bronson Reed's like Chance the Rapper. He just loves talking about his wife all the time. But Reed versus Adam Cole tonight. I swear, I say the broken record. Adam Cole can be like, yeah, you need me to say anything? All right, I'll sell him on it. Because
he's fantastic.
One of the best talkers going
100%.
Full stop in wrestling, for sure. Which, again, then Britt Baker, every time she talks on AEW, I'm like, damn, you're amazing. So something's going on in that couple. They know what they're doing. Do you think they study promo work nonstop because they're like the kings of it? Honestly.
On long journeys, they're just
coming up with things.
Like, cut a promo on that car over there and stuff like that. While other people are playing I Spy.
Yeah, what do normal couples do? Like, they go on dates. What are these two? No, we're doing promo classes.
Yeah.
But we're already on the top of the game. Well, how do you get better? You keep doing it. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know if that's what they do. I told you, there's a clip of them with Anthony Bourdain. It's maybe like 3 minutes where they're just talking about... They have to explain... They have to sell him on wrestling. And it's like, they cut a promo on wrestling. I'm like, God damn it, you're so good, Britt Baker and Adam Cole. Good stuff. We go to Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. They're in like the PC. They're at a gym. They're training in a ring. And Zoe says, hey, Io, we are the NXT Women's Tag Champions. And I think we should get close. We should become friends. And Io says, no thanks. And just tries to leave. And Zoe's like, whoa, what's going on? We're champs. What are we doing? And Io says her line, I respect you, but I don't like you. Well, you don't like me yet, says Zoe. So let's hang out and we can learn. We don't have to be friends, but we have to get along because we're champions. We're a team. So Io says, fine. So Zoe says, all right, I promise you won't regret it. We're going to have a great time. And Io walks off. It's kind of weird.
Look, I'm like you. I love Io Shirai. She's fantastic. Zoe Stark's been very impressive. I like these two as a team. But I don't get this. I've never got that they don't like each other. They keep helping each other a lot. The whole Io line, I don't like you, I just don't believe.
I don't like you.
I don't believe it at all. I don't think there's much chemistry between these two. And, like, are we going to get a Are we going to get them clubbing? Are we going to see them at the bar next?
Where's she taking her
next week?
What would you do? Where would you take her?
If we're going with this, I want vignettes of them at the bar, guys trying to pick them up, Io fucking just putting one through a table, Zoe Stark ordering martinis for them both. I don't know. But yeah, there's no chemistry between these two. I don't understand why they don't like each other.
Wait a second.
Apparently they don't like each other.
Whoa. Are you saying there's a tag team that don't get along?
Yeah.
They don't like each other?
They do get along. They do get along.
Yeah, when
but they
wrestle.
keep telling us we don't get along. It's like, you seem to get along absolutely fine.
You know I love Io. She's my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
The GOAT. But she's kind of mean. For no reason. Like, you've won another title because you've had this situation. Wouldn't you be like, hey, you're all right? You're good.
Yeah, it's
Io,
odd.
what's wrong? Why are you being so mean, Io? Does this lead to Io turning on her? And then Io goes heel again? Like, I don't think so. I think Zoe maybe goes heel from this story. Like, I don't think they'll be champions for much longer. Like, someone should beat them. If this is the story, it's not that a great story. I don't know.
No, I'm not.
All I know is we're gonna keep this Io in the tag title picture for a little while, so that Dakota Kai can win the NXT Women's title, and then we get this great program at a future takeover with Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai, and we can all be happy.
All right.
And have a fucking banger of a match. That's what I want. Fantasy booking NXT 101. Dakota, Io, let's go. That's what I want. But for now, Io's got to go to the club. What do you
Yeah, they're going to the bar.
We're in Orlando.
JBL might be there.
Orlando, where we go. Watching the game. Yeah. JBL's going to the game now. He doesn't got to go to the bar. The games are open.
The games are open.
Dome's open. Let's go.
We going to the Jays this week?
Go Jays, go.
Yeah.
We literally live 2 minutes from the Rogers Center, the Sky Dome. Yeah, I would be down with them going out and getting. What do you do to make new friends? Like, what do you do to try to bond with someone? You go to the bar.
Yeah.
You watch a movie. It's not
Play
really
a game.
Games like
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Orlando. They got some fun stuff.
Yeah.
They could go
They'll
golfing.
hit Wall Street, won't they?
They could go to like the golf course with Grimes in them.
They should be there next week. Yeah.
Doing fun stuff. Fun dating. So we go to a video camera running to the back, and it's like, again, someone like, hey, what's going on over here? And it's Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane. And Mandy kind of shuts the camera guy down, like it's almost like TMZ, like, please get out of here. So it looks like Mandy Rose is still going all over the place, trying to...
She's scouting.
But I kind of would like this team of these three.
These three?
Yeah. They already look like it. Like, I was like, okay, that looks like a unit here with Mandy as their leader, I think. So, yeah, I hope that's...
I think it's a good way to, like, start introducing these women we've seen just basically in enhancement roles.
Yeah.
Gives them something, having them as a little faction, or Mandy's girls, I don't know.
Mandy's girls?
Mandy's girls.
Frank in the chat says they should be called the Rose Garden. There you go.
There you are.
The Rose Garden. Because Gigi does something with a rose. Didn't she used to come out with it?
I think so.
Priscilla Kelly.
Maybe,
or she's got a tattoo of it, I think, as well.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, that interesting pairing, that could work. At least they're putting, like, work into the tag division here. Of, like, the women's tag division. We have titles. All people say, oh, the women's division. Well, yeah, we have tag titles too, so it's good that there's multiple teams.
Absolutely, like all tag divisions need to do this, and you often see it's certainly what has been the case at times in NXT, where it's we've got two women, we've got two teams in this division right now, and then we'll cycle one out and create a new team. You've got the likes of Kacy and Kayden, who are a firm tag team together. Now we're trying the Franky Monet and Jessi Kamea thing. We've got Mandy's girls. You're right. They're bolstering it.
Mandy's girls. That's it. That's what they better call it. What did we said when before MSK were here? We thought they were going to be Johnny and the Rascals.
Johnny and the Rascals.
That would have been it. That would have been sick.
Oh yeah, we thought they were Johnny's Ghostface.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Someone then listened to that like weeks later and went, fuck, that's a good idea. We should have went with that. So we go to our next match, which is a tag team match in the women's division. Kacy Catanzaro Kacy Catanzaro
Catanzaro.
and Kayden Carter versus Franky Monet and Jessi Kamea with Robert Stone. Franky and Jessi do their entrance, and Franky's like in the front doing this whole like pose, and is kind of like telling Jessi like, do it with me, and her hands are like in Robert Stone's face, like pushing him out of the screen, the frame, and Jessi kind of is like doing the pose too. It was kind of funny, kind of awkward. But then Jessi Kamea is in the ring with Kayden, and they're going back and forth. There's a series of roll-ups. There's then Kacy and Kayden who are hitting double team moves like drop downs and stuff. Kacy's in with Franky, and Franky is throwing Kacy around the ring, and then does the running like double knees, the meteor in the corner, and then these like head mat slams and punches and slaps. Stone then throws his purse, his clutch,
his shoe, I think.
No, he's got like a
his Merce, yeah,
his man purse. He throws that at Franky, like hits her with it, and he's like, use that, and she's kind of pissed off, which then allows like this distraction, and she ends up getting the 450 neck breaker combo from Kacy and Kayden, which then they get the win. So this pissed off Franky Monet and Jessi Kamea here. It's all because of Robert Stone. I don't know what he was doing throwing that thing in there. He should have known that
he was trying to help.
He didn't do a good job.
Yeah, I was a bit confused with what is going on with Franky and Robert Stone, because I thought she essentially took over the brand and kicked him out, but he's still there. But then they were saying that they are representing Robert Stone brand. He's going to become definitely like I think Five Frank brought up, it's very like Johnny Bravo's character in Impact that was following Taya Valkyrie around all the time.
Okay.
I think that's essentially what they're going to do with Franky and Robert Stone. Now he's fucked up, and she'll just make him do whatever she wants.
Okay.
The match was okay. I do like Kacy and Kayden as a team. I do think they, as annoying as they are, I do think they definitely show some cool stuff that we don't see from the rest of the division.
Their wrestling's great, yeah.
Yeah. Franky Monet, I'm still this whole thing I'm a bit unsure of right now.
No, I didn't really care too much for this thing. I'm not so big on. I have no issue with the man purses and the merces or satchels. I told you I went camping and went to this forest rave thing, so I was like, I need a fanny pack. So I rocked a fanny pack first time since like being a kid, or Elf Night. So you got to wear your fanny pack that night too. And like fanny packs are comfortable. So I'm like, hey, like no, Indiana Jones had a satchel. It's fine.
Oh, I've had many a
man
bag.
I do love the fanny pack, but like not even around your waist. But when you wear it like that,
right,
like a seatbelt.
Oh yeah.
I got a glowy silvery one. It doesn't match anything I wear. I peacock so hard with it. It's great, fantastic. But I don't think he should have thrown it at her. It's expensive.
He messed up.
Yeah, that Robert Stone. We go to an interview, Wade Barrett with the Diamond Mine, and it's Roderick Strong with Malcolm Bivens representing the Diamond Mine with Wade. And Wade says, when Undisputed Era split, you split, basically. So what's the deal with that, Roddy? He says, when you compete at the level I do, it's 90% mental and 10% physical. My 10% is better than everybody's 100%. And all the drama of Undisputed Era, I couldn't break through until I got a call from Bivens, and he reminded me. And then Bivens pipes in and says, Roddy has been the best. He's not a number 4, a number 3, or a number 2. He's a number 1, which is pretty funny because I'm pretty sure last week we went through and ranked all the.
We were like, is he 3 or 4?
Sorry, Malcolm. We love you. Thank you for listening. He then says, who would have thought? Wade says, well, Malcolm, it seems like you're engineering this for an opportunity at the Cruiserweight title. Well, yes, we are, but Fish is making noise. Bivens asks Wade, do you like money? Wade Barrett says, yeah, I do. Well, this is a money match next week. Bobby Fish versus Roderick Strong. And Roddy chimes in, Bob, when I finish you, this is over.
Bob! This is going to be Tim and Tom's
Tim, Tom,
third
and
man.
Bob.
Tim, Tom, and Bob.
Yeah, that works.
There we go.
There we go. So next week is Roddy and Fish. But I didn't like Roddy's Roddy's thing was kind of what is it? Will Ferrell in something about percentages and something. It didn't. It was kind of all. Oh no, sorry. Is it Anchorman? It only works 10% of the time,
right,
60% of the time, every time. It's like you were going about percentages. You're going to Scott Steiner territory. I don't know where you're going with that. But Malcolm Bivens talking, which I think maybe he should have just talked a bit more than Roddy. Malcolm is like, yo, stop disrespecting Roderick Strong because he's been the best worker for a long time, is what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
But then Roddy, I love Roddy, but sometimes he's not the best at talking. When you have Bivens right there, why don't you just let him do the talking?
No, I agree. I love Roddy. He's one of the best
legit
wrestlers. He's so good.
I've seen it. Like what Bivens was saying, and what I've seen on Twitter the past few days. There was a random. I think it was his birthday. I think I shared the same birthday with Roderick Strong actually yesterday. People were like, "Yo, don't forget, like since early 2000s, mid 2000s, this guy's been wrestling like a friggin' machine, and he's great. And he's not wrong. Like when it comes to the mat wrestling, he's legit.
He's great.
Great.
At this stage, he needs to be better on the mic. He needs to be, and he's got a Malcolm Bivens there, but really, Roderick Strong at this stage in his career shouldn't need a Malcolm Bivens to talk for him. And unfortunately here, when he did speak, it lowered him for me. I don't think he sounded good, and he could hide behind doing the comedy in Undisputed Era and being just like funny Roddy. He's a serious character now, and he really needs to work on it because I didn't really buy it. And it's such a shame because I love Roderick Strong. I think he's fantastic. The idea of a Kushida match is great.
Yes.
But there's not enough. He's not, I guess, a good enough actor to really make this. This match should be bigger. Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, Undisputed Era were a top act.
Nah, don't care about it.
Exactly, we don't care about it. It should be bigger though, because of their history. But it feels just thrown together. I don't really get their beef with each other.
I'll say,
the acting hasn't been good enough.
Him talking here was not a strong suit for that, and we've been saying that again. If you've watched Roddy on the Indies or anything, like he's not known for his talking, but when you go bell to bell, like man, I would watch him wrestle anyone, honestly, legit. So Bivens being the mouthpiece is like great. This is a perfect pairing, and then they just let him talk before Bivens. So I'm like literally Bivens says all the things Roddy says,
which I don't is kind of what I mean with the Bobby Fish thing. It's Roddy has to speak because it's Bobby Fish, and therefore it's kind of the wrong feud to do. Yeah. Whereas if it was just a Kushida and Malcolm Bivens is the associate, Roddy can sit back. But because of the emotional attachment between the two, you do need to hear from Roddy.
Well, that's
and
what
sucked.
I like Roddy and Bobby. They'll have a match next week. I'm saying, I don't really care. I really don't. But I'm sure, hey, mate, it might be a fun match, and you know what? There is some interest in there, but. My interest is in Kushida, Roderick Strong.
100%.
Put it on TakeOver, cruiserweight title. That could be a show stealer. That's what it. Give them 20 minutes. Let them kill it. Show them what you. Kushida isn't cutting promos really here on NXT. Neither is Roddy. Put them in the ring, and they'll show us why they belong.
So we're likely to have Kross versus Joe.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think Kushida and Bobby and Roddy. You've got Cole and Kyle.
Well, there's a next match announcement we'll get to next segment.
Exactly,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, Roddy Kushida needs to happen, and it is going to happen, and it should be on this TakeOver because I'll take this this promo from Roddy. I'll pretend it didn't happen, and I'll go forward because that sounds like money, and take my money. Roddy versus Kushida on a TakeOver. Please, 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 Triple H, Shawn Michaels, whoever it is, please. Well, if they're not going to give us that, which I think they will, they are giving us something else. And that's the next segment where it's Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and William Regal talking about the NXT UK Championship. Walter had a recent injury, so he had to postpone his rematch for the title against Ilya Dragunov, which is a highly anticipated rematch. Match of the year for many people.
Yeah.
So they can't do this match. It's been postponed. So Triple H, Shawn, Regal, and Johnny Sate have all talked about a possible solution. And that solution is at TakeOver 36. Walter Dragunov 2. Oh boy.
I mean, that could certainly be
That
the show
is
stealer.
definitely the show stealer, yes.
Yeah.
It's happening.
I so hope they announce that this is in an arena and not at the CWC.
I know.
Because this takeover looks huge.
Right.
And this should be the homecoming. I know every wrestling company is having a homecoming right now, but this should be it with this card. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, okay. So Walter Dragunov 2 at TakeOver, gonna be nuts. They could kill each other, considering their last match they killed each other. I cannot wait for this rematch. However, I'm so stoked for this match, and I cannot wait to talk about it. Obviously, we'll be covering this show. But this means that on the same card, Walter's in a match, Samoa Joe's in a match. Meaning they're in the same building at the same time for 2 different NXT world titles. Which means we're one step closer, guys, to getting that match here in NXT. We could do a champion versus champion, Survivor Series type, War Games type thing.
You think Walter will retain?
Ooh. You think Walter loses to Dragunov? Absolutely not.
No?
I love that guy. He's sick.
I could see Dragunov being the one to take it.
After that last match, honestly, he could. But
and it depends if you want to move Walter to NXT full time.
Oh, please.
Or something like that.
But then NXT UK... NXT UK can be okay without him. Like, Walter should be the guy in wrestling. Full stop.
Realistically, if they've got bigger plans for Walter, they're not worried about NXT UK. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, if Dragunov beats Walter, this epic reign, that's pretty big, and definitely makes Dragunov like a sick guy he becomes the guy in NXT UK, becomes the champ, which is great. Which means Walter could go after the NXT title.
Yeah, Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I mean, we never got Walter versus Finn. We got Finn challenging Roman now.
Yeah,
but Joe versus Walter is my dream match in WWE NXT, and now it's potentially on the table in next year.
It's a potential.
It could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen. And, well, yeah. But Dragunov Walter, that sounds nuts. That sounds crazy. Can't wait for that. TakeOver does look stacked. Thank you, Triple H. You're so good. It was a birthday present to himself. We have one of these camera guys, again, chasing after Dakota Kai. Dakota, please, explain your actions. She turns to the camera, gives a little smile, and then runs out to her car to drive off because she ain't waiting around for Raquel.
She's a baby face. It's great.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She's the one with an edge, right? She's like
ah. Yeah, the cheeky smile.
I do think NXT, you kind of saw it with Aaliyah the other week when she turned on Robert Stone and had what I assume is her farewell. You definitely see the kind of home talent, the talent that Full Sail or CWC being like, we've watched you for so long, Dakota Kai. And that's almost what that wink is. It's to kind of those guys. It's like, yeah, it's my turn.
Right. Yeah, I think she should be the babyface because I know kicking her friend in the head isn't really the most babyface thing to do, but there's no way people are cheering for Raquel
over Dakota. Absolutely.
Yeah, Raquel
not.
has to be the heel.
Yeah. So
Raquel's got to beat her up and get some sort of heel things going on the next few weeks. But yeah, Dakota with the smirk, like,
she's the star right now.
That's it.
Love it.
That's right. We go to our next match, a tag team match, Imperium, Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner versus Top Dollar and Ashanti the Adonis. Bartel and Ashanti start off here, and there's some pretty good, fast, mat wrestling here. Drop downs, leapfrogs, all that stuff. Until Ashanti gets caught into tilt-a-whirl, face front gut buster type move, which was great. Eichner's now in, and he's doing a series of arm drags and double teams. Top Dollar comes in and catches Eichner in midair, and then slams him down here, backbreakers, and then hits sort of like a Triple H knee to the chest. Remember Triple H used to do that high knee to the face, the chest. Yeah. A little call there from Top Dollar. And then there's this backdrop, lifting up suplex dropkick combo from Ashanti and him. B-Fab jumps up on the apron at one point, and Swerve is walking around. And this allows Adonis to hit Bartel with a spine buster. So another Triple H call back there. And then there's a double drop kick, which when we come back from commercial break from Imperium, now they have control. They're beating down on Ashanti. They go for the Euro bomb, but Ashanti counters that with a Hurricane Rana and finally tags back in Top Dollar, who comes in. He gets pulled on the ankle and then pulled into an ankle lock. Eichner does this huge backbreaker, which is very impressive. There's then sidewalk slams from Top Dollar. There's, what does he call it? The L-way, the Top Dollar drop. Like, he does this kind of pose.
The elbow drop?
Yeah, and then does an elbow drop. There's then a flapjack from Ashanti on Eichner, but LDF come down and attack Swerve, sending him into the ring post and Ashanti, which leaves Top Dollar alone. He's trying to beat them up. He goes after them up the entrance ramp, leaving Ashanti now in the ring alone, and Imperium hit the Euro Bomb, the power bomb uppercut combo, and they steal the win, all because of Legado del Fantasma. And there's a beatdown after. LDF take out Top Dollar with more super kicks. Swerve comes in with a save with a chair.
Escobar hits a top rope missile drop kick to Top Dollar in his suit.
Yeah.
And his shoes look great.
Yeah, it was a flashy missile drop kick. But Swerve makes the save, so this match is now announced next week, that the two Legado del Fantasma guys versus the two Hit Row guys. But overall, this match, Imperium and Hit Row, we know Imperium are technically sound, and we're still, we've seen Ashanti. We haven't seen Top Dollar do much, and I think they did a good job of Imperium doing what they do really well and kind of seeing what Hit Row does really well.
Absolutely. I don't know Top Dollar, how long he's been wrestling or stuff, but I think they choose the stuff he does pretty well. He doesn't, watching Omos on Raw, where just everything looks awful. I think Top Dollar, he's not doing a whole lot, but he looks great in what he's doing.
Yeah.
And the characters work so well. The match was good. I'm just interested in what's going on with this division. I think LDF and Hit Row should be good. But obviously the main thing here is it's Swerve and Escobar still.
Yes. So clearly that's another match that is going to be added to TakeOver.
Could that be on the take? Is this going to be a super takeover?
It better be. Homecoming.
8 matches, 5 hours long.
I hate that they're just calling it TakeOver 36.
Yeah.
It's they should be in an arena.
They're going to change it.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's only 4
TakeOver
weeks.
Homecoming, come on.
4 weeks? I don't
Yeah.
know. TakeOver, take in.
They've changed matches on the day. They can change it.
Card subject to change.
Yeah, exactly.
Venue subject to change. I like this. It kind of helped get everything into place. It sucks that Hit Row, who are baby faces now, come 100% up against Imperium. But Imperium's got that thing going on with MSK, I think. So this clearly helps them get that win. So is Imperium...
There's a lot of teams right now. You've got Tim and Tom as well, who kicking around and...
Well, I think it looks like they're going to go towards Imperium versus MSK at TakeOver. And that means you could have the team of Imperium win the titles and be champs with Walter.
Yes. Yeah, right. They did mention as well that's going to be the first time Walter is kind of back. And they've been sort of hinting at Big Boss being unhappy. Obviously, they kicked out Alexander Wolf, and they had that loss to Breezango. And yeah, I could see them being on the show at the same time.
Interesting, yeah. And MSK Imperium could be a good take if that's the match. But I liked how Hit Row are instantly the good guys now, and Imperium obviously the bad guys. But it's the way it has.
100%.
Yeah. And Santos Escobar versus Isaiah Swerve Scott at TakeOver needs to happen.
Oh yeah.
So again, this TakeOver is just absolutely stacked. So we go to The Way. They're backstage without Austin Theory, and they're like, "Where's Austin?" And it's like, "It's your fault." No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. And they say it's Indy's fault, and she says, "Well, no, it's not. It's your fault, Candice." They're all upset, but they get someone saying, "Indy, we have something for you." As they give her this package, this present, and as she unwraps it, unveils a drawing from Dexter, and it's a drawing of The Way. With Austin all happy, with Dexter Lumis posing with them, and in the top corner, walking into the sunset, Austin Theory with his hitchhiking stick and sack on it, what do you call those things?
Like a satchel? No, what is it? Like a Dick Whittington.
They're walking around, living town to town.
Yep.
Yeah. So The Way are freaked out that they have this letter, this drawing from Dexter, and she shows them, and Johnny's like, oh no, oh hell no, doing his best Tracy Morgan. And then he says, this isn't happening. No, give me this. And she says, no, we need to give Dexter a chance. No, we can't give him a chance. Well, she says, everyone deserves a chance. And Johnny and Candice go, well, no chance. No chance in hell. You know how it goes. There's no chance. So there's a proposition. Next week, there will be a match. Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis. Wait, I know what you're thinking. Hold on. In a loser love
her or lose her match.
Love her or lose her match.
Yeah.
Which means if Johnny beats Dexter, Indian Dexter, their love will be no more. She will be forbidden to see him, and she'll be okay with that. No more Dexter. It's over. But if Dexter beats Johnny, they got to give Dexter a chance, and he can join the way, it seems.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we've had, I think Test and Shane McMahon had a love her.
Yeah,
or
you were talking
lose
about
her
this
match.
when we watched this.
This is, I think, did Ken Shamrock and... Was the Ken Shamrock Val Venus one a love her or lose her?
Wasn't it his sister?
That was with, because he wanted him to... Yeah, it's normally a jealous brother. Wrestling's weird.
Wrestling's so weird. Love her or lose her match. So is Dexter joining the way?
Of course. Dexter's got to win this.
Poor
Johnny, but...
Where's Theory?
Maybe main roster. He's in that purgatory right now where he got called up and then they're like, wait, maybe not.
Yeah. It's weird.
Oh, it's more comedy. Dexter's got to join the way.
Yeah. We're talking about this stacked takeover and Johnny's doing comedy bits with Dexter again.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Where's Johnny?
He can have a rest from a takeover.
I guess. But, you can't have a takeover without Johnny Takeover.
Yeah.
What are we going to do
or
with
maybe Dexter joins the way and then it's a multi-tag match and it's Dexter and Johnny.
You know what would make it even better if it was a multi-tag ladder match.
Oh, yeah.
We need a ladder match at this takeover.
We do, especially if it's going to be a big one.
Okay, so Johnny and Dexter.
Yeah.
MSK,
Imperium. LDF.
Yeah. Oh, grizzled young vets.
Just all the
tag teams. Do the AEW tag battle royal. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, do the ladder match with all these teams, and Johnny and Dexter win the tag titles. Book it.
Johnny and Dexter.
John Dex.
John Dex.
Gargan Dex.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dex.
Yeah.
Loomis.
What's their ship name? Yeah, I don't know. What would their thing be? Index is really great. Index really is
Gargoomis.
perfect. Garglumis?
Gargoomis.
That sounds like some sort of dip.
Gargoomis.
Gargamel? Gargumis?
Baba Ganoush?
Baba Ganoush is what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about that. Yeah, I don't know, but I
Lumgano is being suggested in the room as well.
Yeah.
That's something you grate on your pasta, isn't it? Lumgano.
Yeah. I feel like I have now, once again, talked myself into booking Johnny in something that won't happen, but damn it, Johnny and Dexter for tag champs at TakeOver.
Book it.
Yeah, sorry, that's just the way.
The way.
Book it. How do they keep getting me? I'm just a sucker for Johnny Gargano. We see Bronson Reed. He's ready for his main event match against Adam Cole later tonight. He is ready to go to SmackDown. We go to the last golf segment. Cameron Grimes, LA Knight. They're golfing, but LA Knight's a little flustered. He's taking his time. He's telling Grimes to calm down, shut up. But another golf cart shows up, and it's got the Grizzled Young Vets scarf on it. They show up. The Grizzled Young Vets are out golfing in their red, nice golf shirt looking Zach Gibson, matching their gear colors and stuff. So they are like, hey, come on, get out of the way. They're yelling at LA Knight. And Grimes kind of comes to the defense of Knight and says, just because he hit it in the water and the trees and owes me $10,000, that doesn't matter. He's the $1 million champion. Show him some respect and go start at hole one. And, then they come up with a gamble here where the next person to sink in the hole can double that 10 grand. So he's going to bet the tag team here this. So LA Knight says, all right, well, I guess we'll take that bet. And Grimes goes to set up to take the swing. Was it LA Knight who again hits it into like the water at first? And Grimes is like, okay, I guess I got to take a swing.
Yeah, LA Knight's not good at golf.
No, apparently. For someone who really wanted to go golfing today, he's like not good. Like
he's getting rattled, I think.
Yeah. So Cameron Grimes goes for it, and as he takes his swing, he on the downswing, he hits LA Knight in the balls, I guess on the up down swing. And then as he brings it back up after hitting it, he hits LA Knight in the head. It's some slapstick comedy here. As the ball goes flying, but I forgot to mention, it's a golden $1 million golf ball that Grimes hits. And it's a hole-in-one, and he turns around, and LA Knight's like now holding his groin, holding his face like he's been attacked. And he's like, what happened? And he's like, what did they do to you? Did they do that to you? So he chases off the grizzled young vets, who are pretty pissed because they just lost a bet for $10,000, and I don't think all that NXT UK money can cover that. So they get in their golf cart and they drive on off as Cameron Grimes and LA Knight are like kind of now bonding a little bit here. And he's like,
add them in the tag ladder match.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. So Cameron Grimes says, I love golf. Who knew it could be this fun? Yeah. LA Knight did not have fun golfing at all.
No, he didn't. Yeah, I mean, I've said kind of everything on these segments tonight.
This one was my favorite one, but last week's were better.
Yeah.
Last week's were better. What will they do next, though? I like the golf. I think I've mentioned, I've watched this show, Holy Moly. Mm-hmm. This Holy Moly is my new favorite. Like, I should do a show on that because it's fantastic. It's way more exciting than this. You got to, you got to run a course of some crazy. They got themed different ones. One's a pirate ship, one's dinosaurs, one's all these things, and then you got to get the putt in the thing, and it's gets me. I get into it. I don't like real. It's way more exciting. This should be the real. Replace actual golf with Holy Moly, and it would be the biggest fuck. I want to do it. How do I join? I know we get commercials with Simon Cowell saying Canada's Got Talent, but how do I join? Holy Moly. There should be Holy Moly Canada.
Google.
Well, you got to watch it. It's a great show. It's so entertaining, but more entertaining than these golf vignettes. Where does the Butler thing go now that Ted DiBiase is that thing happened? The Grizzled Young Vets happened. No Drake Maverick, but
yeah, will we have a match with these guys in a couple of weeks maybe?
Grimes and...
Maybe Grizzled Young Vets show up in the vignettes next week or something as well.
Which sucks because we figured they were the MSK match down the line.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Does this lead to yet another takeover match between Grimes and Knight?
We'll get that match eventually, I think, on TV, though.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a stacked show.
We've already got 9 matches on
this show. And they already had a ladder match at the last one, so...
Yeah, they can do it on TV.
Yeah, so they won't be in that ladder match because they just had a ladder match, and that breaks ladder match
rules. I guess
you can't have that many ladder matches. No, you can.
As much as they try.
Yeah, as many as they can. It's in their contract. So we saw a hole in one, and it was great. We get announcements for next week. The Love Her or Lose Her match is happening. We're also getting Strong Fish or Rod Fish, Fish Rod, Bobby Fish versus Roderick Strong, and Trey Baxter versus Joe Gacy in the Breakout Tournament, which should be good too. So, yeah, not too bad. I don't read ahead, so I don't know what happens. But all the good stuff, spoiler stuff, happened tonight, I guess. Now it's just
we don't know. We haven't seen next week.
True, yeah. Main event time. Bronson Reed, the Colossal, versus Adam Cole. Right away, Reed is using his strength and just swatting Adam Cole out of the way, and then does the classic just sitting on the guy. He just squashes him, but in the literal sense.
Yeah, his foot's under the rope, though, stupidly. He could have just moved his leg and won this thing, because Adam Cole wasn't moving.
Yeah, the ref is like, I'm not counting this. And Reed's like, what do you mean? He's like, your foot's under the rope. He's like, I guess I'll get up. I thought it was funny. We go to commercial break. There's then climbing up top, and Cole gets out of it and super kicks the back of his knee, making Reed fall to the mat. Then they go to break. When we come back, it's now Cole working on the leg and the knee of Bronson Reed, including a pretty dragon screw from Adam Cole. But Reed gets back to his feet, hits the, what do we call it, the Ho train, the E train? The Reed train.
Freight train.
Yeah, freight train for a near fall. There's a suplex lift from Adam Cole that's countered by Reed into this like spinning, jumping, twisting Samoan drop thing.
Yeah, almost like a Death Valley driver, Samoan drop.
Yeah.
Rotating thing. Looked very cool.
I do this in the pool a lot. It's summertime. Pool wrestling is all about pool wrestling. And this is definitely, it's like a suplex lift that's like he's spinning and then Samoan drops the guy. It looked pretty awesome, but it's only a near fall. Adam Cole comes back with a shining wizard to the face for a near fall. There's then slaps and chops from Reed as they go back and forth. Cole kicks him away, jumps to the top, and hits the Panama Sunrise, and Reed does the whole backflip. It looks nuts. And then it's a kick out. So Cole is pissed off. He runs the ropes, but eats this huge lariat from Reed, and then a powerbomb flattening him. Reed goes up for the tsunami. Cole gets out of the way, so no water in the pool. There's then a super kick to Reed, who's on his knees, and then the last shot with the exposed knee to the back of the head. Cole pins Reed. And, it was an all right match, but it kind of leads to the angle afterwards, which I will just get into right now. Kyle O'Reilly attacks Adam Cole. He's even got a chair. He's beating him with a chair. And then he moves the steel steps in the same way Adam Cole attacked him. And Brain Buster, which looked nasty, on the steps, just like Cole did to Kyle. Jeez. Just killing him. Looks nasty.
He's got that killer instinct now. Yeah.
That's what he was looking for.
That's what he was looking for all along.
He needed to get some revenge, and he needed that killer instinct. Well, he got it here with that Brain Buster to the steps. Cole is out as NXT goes off the air with Kyle kind of just looking real mean. Cool Kyle's looking pretty mean now.
Yeah, they did this last week with him. He's definitely found his edge now that he's looking for to beat Cole. The match was fine. Like, there was nothing particularly wrong with it. Just nothing really connected with me either. Not much of a feud between these two.
Yeah.
It didn't really feel like a main event for me. Although technically it was fine. I definitely would have ended with, thinking of it, looking at the show, I'd have ended with that Dakota Raquel angle.
It just would have scouted it more.
It would have scouted it more, but I think it would have still been a big end. And you could have even done the logo trick at the end too.
There you go. Yeah, you could have.
But yeah, I thought this brainbuster on the steps looked cool. The beatdown from Kyle looked cool. And I'm looking forward to their rubber match.
Yeah, which I assume is also at
I would assume.
TakeOver 36.
Exactly.
All the matches will happen. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I didn't get too the second half, especially when there's like, I think it was after the break where like there was the stuff that actually happened, and of course like a Panama Sunrise, a Canadian destroyer, always looks good, especially on a dude as big as Bronson Reed. Very impressive, but it didn't quite hit the way I kind of thought. And again, there is no story. It really is. You kind of knew this match was setting up for something to happen with Kyle and Cole. So, yeah, I like Kyle attacking him the same way Cole attacks him. So it does show that he's not playing around anymore, and he wants to hurt Adam Cole and wants to beat him. It's in his mindset. So that sets up that match really good. The highlights for me this week were Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez and the Samoa Joe William Regal setups.
100%.
Yeah. And like it's setting up the takeover. So they did a great job in both of those angles, wanting me to believe to watch these matches. Like Joe acting, great. Regal acting, great. I'll even say Dakota and Raquel were really good in their roles tonight.
Just in general over the whole show, majority of the acting is so much better, and I imagine that a lot of that's got to be down with the writing as well. I don't know if they get given a little bit more freedom, or maybe the writers are just better at writing dialogue. But yeah, a lot of the out of ring segments worked for me this week.
Yeah,
which is weird to say in a WWE product at times.
Yeah, you just really love the golf.
Oh yeah, that really hit with me.
Should we go golfing?
Sure. All right.
Yeah,
let's do it.
They're open.
I don't know when. I don't know when we've both got a day off at the same time. Instead of we'll just like not do AEW.
Oh, not do AEW.
Yeah, or Dark Knight Rises.
Well, you golf like early, I would say.
I'm not getting up early.
Yeah.
It's already gone midnight.
Do they do afternoon golf? Probably. There's a mini putt place near your work.
Yeah,
Why don't you just go there?
Let's do that.
Holy moly. Our own holy moly. Every time you get your ball in the hole, you take a shot of the rocks tequila.
Love it.
That's it. Yeah. Overall, we knew that like NXT was pre-taped, and yeah, we've been down on it, but they announced a takeover.
Hey, you've been down on it. I've not been down on it.
I've been down on it because I know we watch in this like bubble and stuff. But yeah, like it definitely put all eyes for the wrong reasons of everyone being like, oh, people don't care about NXT, and it definitely like puts a little bit of a damper. But again, they put out a show that is still pretty solid and flew by completely. And I can't wait for this takeover. It definitely feels like a hyped up takeover.
Absolutely.
Like all the matches so far. Dragunov Walter, Kross Joe. We're thinking Santos Swerve. We're thinking Kushida Strong. There's so many possibilities.
Get a tag match in there.
Oh, Cole and Kyle. So stack show already. Oh, and Dakota versus Raquel. How many matches are on this?
I know. I don't know.
Takeover 36
Maybe they'll do
matches.
Maybe they'll do a part 1 on Wednesday, on Tuesday, and part 2 on the Sunday or something.
Oh, yeah.
They've done that before. That's a bit far away, though, isn't it? Yeah.
It's weird.
Maybe they'll just add a few matches.
Just be longer?
They've done 6 before.
That's quite a lot of matches already. So maybe they will put some on just the Tuesday, just because.
Yeah.
That could make sense. Yeah, maybe make some of those matches. That tag ladder match we're just fantasy dreaming of for no reason. That'll probably be on that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, split them out a little bit.
But I'm excited. A lot of big matches to look forward to whenever they air.
And I hope they somehow change their mind and get a crowd, because it would definitely help that. But that's what we thought of NXT from July 27th, 2021. What did you people think?
Yeah, let's head over to the Facebook group. We put up our feedback on the Post Wrestling Forum and the upNXT Facebook group, which you should join, all of you. Do it now. What are you waiting for? Kona Reeves is the finest. That's the answer to the question. William Regal's general manager. That's how you get in.
We have a Facebook group, and we ask people like that. That's the question. And we just let you in anyways, but that's the question. Everyone says William Regal is the finest in NXT. We're like, guys, do you not? All right, it's fine.
Well, let's start off with Mr. Money in the Frank, BDE in the bank,
Ooh.
Frank Sulo. Wholesome Ted for the win. Pour one out for the Raquel Dakota partnership. Joe and Cool Carl are very angry. Will Regal have to find a new protector? And why won't it be Ridge Holland? I'm here for Hit Row versus LDF next week. TakeOver 36 is shaping up nicely already. And if Joe wins, this means we're getting Joe versus Pete for the title at some point. And that makes me smile.
That is one of the matches that comes to mind.
That's been teased,
because they teased everyone versus Joe. So, yeah. We go to Megan, who writes in, tonight was a step up. TakeOver 36, a.k.a. working title, is shaping up well. Opening tag felt like a mirror match with the brawl technical style meshing pretty well, and Ridge Holland resurfacing after a long absence. The writing's been on the wall for 2 of the titles for a while. Samoa Joe got the green light, and he's primed to pull off a three-peat, meaning 3-time title. Dakota Kai got me higher than a satellite as she turned on Raquel Gonzalez. To the TPTB, good luck keeping her a heel. It will be impossible. What's the TPTB?
The powers that be.
Gotcha. Right. Carmelo Hayes is going to be someone to watch in the Breakout Tournament. The writing's been on the wall for a lot of things, apparently. Ted DiBiase giving...
The writing's on the wall. We haven't got to that film yet.
No, we said we'd wait to do that last
Spectre,
one because
when No Time to Die will come out. Yeah.
Megan ends with Cole Reed was a solid main event, and the trilogy will look. Kyle O'Reilly looks to be forthcoming. Thank you, Megan.
We go to TJ Sharp. I'm all for Joe being back in active competition, but honestly, I was hoping for a slower burn than what we got. Kai is 2 for 2 on killer turns, though this one was a lot more predictable than the last one. I'm all for it though. If she ever does the bending arm stomp to Raquel like Baszler did to her, I'll mark out like crazy. Glad to see Ridge Holland back from his nasty injury. Speaking of things that make you cringe, oh my god, Grimes, why are you going into the pond with your socks on? DiBiase was as wholesome as you can get. Kacy and Kayden throwing out some heel vibes. Also, whether intentional or not, the CWC was certainly treating O'Reilly like he was as well. Yeah, I noticed some boos for O'Reilly there at the end.
Well, because he's beating the guy up, so he's being a meanie.
We're going to have to call him Lost His Cool Kyle.
We go to, I see on the forum, which is still kicking, MJ from NJ. He says, work sucks, here I am, NXT on the background, thoughts on whatever I catch. A few weeks ago, I did not seem to like Hit Row's live performance as much as others. Tonight, I very much enjoyed their backstage tape segment. The group has infinite upside. Never thought otherwise, but the tape backstage segment comes across better than the live long stuff. The Joe segment with Regal was great. Joe really delivered on the mic. What if the Kross is Raw stuff is really just a way to try and expose him to more fans and then hype him versus Joe, who already got more eyes on him than the main roster? Kross booking blows, but if he's more over to mainstream fans, Joe can carry him and the match can be very hot come TakeOver. I don't agree with that. You're telling me book him against Jeff Hardy is going to make people more interested in him in a TakeOver title match. I see what you're saying, but I don't know. MJ continues, nothing annoys me more than a bad golf segment. This one hit every dad joke.
What he's saying is having him lose takes the edge off when Joe wins. Like, you're already weakening him.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's not like Joe is burying Kross on his way out.
Sure. Dakota, he says he doesn't like the golf segment. It hit every bad dad joke. By the way, that was 3 straight segments with no in-ring. This is true. That Dakota Kai turn was awesome. I mean, who didn't see it coming a mile away, but really well performed. I compare this to LA Knight, one we saw a few weeks back, that went on longer for less impact. I could get behind her as a rejuvenating the NXT women's division. I have not been the most positive on NXT lately, but I have to say tonight was a thoroughly enjoyable episode. A lot of non-wrestling, but I actually thought much of it landed. So he kind of says what we said.
Yep.
Like, hey, maybe the wrestling wasn't on total tonight, but yeah.
We go to Adam from the street. A lot of great things happen in this show, but nobody had a better night than Penny Oleksiak. Bronze medal, 6 in her career. Canada's most decorated summer Olympian.
Wow.
Shout out Penny.
Go Canada, go.
Yeah.
Go team. Go sports. Go everything. Oh, I think there's one more here from, is it Dylan?
Dylan.
Yes, Dylan Grayson writes in, solid episode overall. Joe as an in-ring competitor is what we wanted. Kai Gonzalez is also what we all wanted. Carmelo Hayes looked great. Grimes was hilarious. GYV showed some comedy chops I didn't expect. Hit Row continues to be fire. Their loss tonight builds them up. Imperium without damaging their own brand too much. Angry Kyle is working for me. Hopefully he destroys Cole at TakeOver before Cole gets taken in the draft. So we losing Cole too?
Perhaps,
who's going to go up? Are we going to lose all these people? Reed, Kross,
Cole. Raquel, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Cole? Where would Cole end up in WWE? Talking about how good he is on the mic, how good he is in the ring. But where is he going to end up in the world of WWE? SmackDown?
I prefer him on SmackDown, but
not everyone can go. We just got Finn on SmackDown.
Yeah.
We just got a lot of people
maybe
on
Raw then.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Keep him here.
Just keep him here.
Go to AEW.
Yeah, like at this point, there are so many guys like the Coles, Garganos, and Ciampas of the world where you go, what do you do
That's
with
why we
them?
need this third show, to have the good wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't want to... I mean, I'm saying this on a show that had golfing, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I want these guys because they were like the darlings of this, like, what, the PWG kind of indie era. It's like, they're sick, but will they tie up with, like... I don't want to see Omos in comedy feud with Adam Cole.
That's why I think it's great we're getting the feud between Cole and Kyle, but I think Undisputed Era as a unit were a missed opportunity on the main roster. Because that's how you debut. Like they've got the power in numbers, and hopefully by the point if it works on the main roster as it did in NXT, you forget about Adam Cole's height. I think you just put Adam Cole on Raw, he would look so small against some of these guys that people wouldn't take him seriously. Have him as a faction beating up people, gain a bit of credibility, you look past it.
Yeah, that is true. It wrote itself if you brought Undisputed Era up to the main roster, just like the Shield.
It always just felt, night after Mania, have them come and take out a top guy, and you go, cool, these are the guys.
That Raw after Mania in 2019, Raw after Mania sucked. Imagine that just was like, hey, why don't we just pull the trigger on these guys right now? Cole lost to Gargano. Boom. Done.
You had that, what was it, Seth and Kofi? Because they were two faces. Yeah. They were meant to have a singles match.
Yeah.
You have the Undisputed Era run out, take them both out.
Both the
immediately. You can play them both on Raw and SmackDown, just taking out both. Which brand are they with?
Yeah.
But it's a missed opportunity now. They've all moved on. They're in different places. Bobby and Roddy, I fear, might be dropping further and further down.
Right.
It's unfortunate. It is interesting. I don't see what you do with Cole.
Unfortunate era.
Unfortunate
is what
era.
we're in right now, I guess. For those guys, I hope to see them go. I know some of these, Kyle and Cole will definitely rise to the top wherever it may be. Like, Cole could potentially be a WWE champion, in my opinion, down the line. I don't care. Like, everyone
There's
goes,
no reason why he shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly.
So many of these guys.
Yeah, like, honestly, and I know people are like, he's so short, blah, blah. I don't care. He's amazing. He's so good to watch. And if he were to be in an AEW, the limit, there's none. Like, the stuff he could be doing over there is crazy. I think about Gargano over there, too. I'm like, man, just leave.
Yeah.
Just go over there. And, like, you'd be having so many things. Kenny versus Cole.
There's got to be, though,
Gargano
for these
versus
guys.
Kenny.
Or maybe, I think NXT is a place that they can creatively fulfill themselves. I think they probably have some input in their stories.
Yeah.
They seem to have a lot more freedom with their matches. So I can't see them feeling as frustrated as you would on the main roster. But you could see a Johnny Gargano being still never wrestled at WrestleMania. Same with Adam
crazy.
Cole. You know?
Crazy.
Been in this company as top guys for such a long time, and they still haven't even been in a multi-man tag match at Mania.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
But we're scared to let them go.
Please never let him go. I don't know. Like, if Vince is in control, people like Cole or Johnny won't be pushed.
No.
Like, this is how it is. So I guess they're just waiting.
Yeah, God.
They're just hanging around.
Yeah.
So we can, because those guys are really talented. All these guys here, and just because they're smaller does not mean they are not stars. Honestly, how many times do we see that? But instead, we still get Karrion Kross showing up, beaten by Jeff Hardy. I don't know. Overall, I really thought they got. I was going into this episode being like, I'm gonna be cool, I'm gonna be chill, and I'll just let it ride. And it did that, but they actually delivered on a lot of stuff, and I am legit hyped for TakeOver. So in a few weeks, 4 weeks, we'll be doing a TakeOver watch along and post show. So all that fun stuff. Join us for these festivities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. TakeOver 36. They couldn't think of any other name.
Well, we don't know yet.
Maybe. It's a trick.
Yeah.
It's a trick. Thank you for listening to Up Next. We talk about NXT every week. We also talk about Dynamite, and we will be talking about Dynamite tomorrow night. We record BD Elite live on Twitch, and then we put the podcast up on this feed. So come be our Dynamates after Dynamite. And we mentioned the Patreon. We got tons of all these shows out. Everything in the back catalog, plus everything coming out August. So join August 1st, North American tier, and you get access to everything. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, so you should join us.
Absolutely.
And hang out with us for all the podcasts that we do. We are talking all these things. Will Daniel Bryan show up in AEW? We can only hope. We won't know until it happens. CM Punk, all that talk, it's crazy. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But now, we talk about dream matches with Daniel Bryan and all that stuff, but Walter Joe is something that will happen. There's going to be a crossover, even just if they look at each other. That's all I want.
Okay.
Yeah. Dream matches is all I care about in wrestling.
Find us on the socials at UpNext Podcast. Join the Facebook group, the UpNext Facebook group. Join us. Leave feedback. And you can find me at Davie Portman.
Portman.
Done in reverse. It's weird.
Yeah. I am at the Brady. You can go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And thank you for listening. And we'll catch you down the line. Thank you, Twitch Room, for hanging out with us on this Tuesday night. Take care. Goodbye. Be safe. And Dakota Kai gets me high.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.